Dubstep isn't dead. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Dan's out this week. This
Sweet
is Matt.
intro. We are making up for it with beautiful creativity.
It only took me a while to prepare that. Oh, man.
Well, happy Sunday, Matt. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Like I haven't talked to you all week. Even though I have.
I guess.
Yeah, hang on.
Hey, everybody else. This is a weekly podcast where we go over upcoming reviews for, upcoming releases for figures, different announcements in the collecting and toy world, relevant to like 6-inch figures mostly, although sometimes we deviate from that. We also talk about like video games and movies and shows and stuff. And yeah, we try to go over a lot of stuff, but sometimes there's stuff we miss. And then there's things we don't want to talk about, but we probably will, like D23 happened this past weekend. There are some things in there that I definitely don't have any concern about, but there are things that I'm mildly interested in. So yeah.
So what are we talking about first? There's so
I don't
much
know.
excitement.
But we also go over 3D printing and stuff that like we're working on for Shadow Most 112 to bring you better props for your collection. Yeah. Let's bring it in. So yeah, well, I'm right off the bat. The thing that annoyed me about D23 is I already don't care much about the show Agatha all along, but apparently at D23 they all came out on stage to a musical number. Yeah. Aubrey Plaza, Catherine Hahn, a bunch of other people that I didn't immediately recognize the names of, but I know Deborah Roop is one of them, which is funny because she's Kitty from that 70s show.
Yeah. She was in WandaVision too.
Was she?
Yeah, she was one of the neighbors.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. I only watched it once. Didn't think it was anything special.
It was a small role. It really was a small role.
I liked the homage to Malcolm in the Middle of that show. Like the one intro, the third episode, I think, was Malcolm in the Middle inspired. But yeah, like they all came out to a musical number, performed like a whole 5 or so minute song live, and then apparently they showed a teaser. I don't know if the teaser's online anywhere, but yeah, they debuted a trailer apparently. You could find, so I went to marvel.com for a lot of the D23 stuff because it's specifically focusing on the Marvel related items. And they have a video of the actual song that they sang, like recorded live. And then they mentioned that there was a trailer for it, but they don't have a link or anything like that.
Well, what do you think the show is going to be about? Just off of what you know and what you think.
Honestly, I really don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, one of the issues with the multiverse that's going on right now is keeping track of the prime timeline and what Earth that takes place on, and then integrating all these other things into that. Like at the end of Marvel's Monica Rambeau, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to some other dimension or a multiverse, a different universe where X-Men will stay there. Well, we're still there because we saw like her mother still alive, and we saw Kelsey Grammer as Beast, and like we don't know where the hell that takes place. I also don't know if the sacred timeline is on one Earth or if that like it shifts between different universes. Like it's weird. I don't know.
I almost think like none of it's going to matter in a couple movies. Like everything is just going to like there's going to be a big incursion, and then there's going to be the Battle World thing with Doctor Doom.
So that's part of the problem with the multiverse is you've established that there are infinite universes, and we talked about this after seeing Deadpool. Actually, you've established an infinite number of multiverses, so you could get away with sin because you could kill characters and do whatever you want because there's always another universe that is pretty close. And then what do you do in the next phase? I forget what the plan was after the multiverse saga. But what do you do after that? Being that you now have established that they're infinite multiverses, how do you raise the stakes from that to the next saga? It's already. I mean, yeah. What do we do? It's tricky to constantly build bigger things and then have to build upon those things as an established story. Like, in all honesty, I'm surprised that the blip kind of smoothed over so well, because that's like the 5-year gap where people disappeared. That's a huge thing to integrate into your storytelling, and they've kind of ignored it for the most part, which is kind of okay. But like, yeah, it's
I kind of made a joke about it, like when Aunt May snapped back and she was in somebody else's apartment or something. They thought that she was a lover and stuff.
Well, I mean, even in Hawkeye, when what's her face came back.
Would love to see a Ronin movie.
I don't. That's the other thing, is like, it's tricky to see who's gonna like keep doing movies. Like, I've always been a fan of Jeremy Renner, and when he was Hawkeye, once I saw he was Hawkeye, I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. But like, is he gonna keep doing movies? I mean, he's getting injured doing comedy movies where he's doing stunts and breaking his arm. But like, he's also one of those characters that people never really cared too much for. Like, even in Endgame, where he had this whole badass intro sequence as Ronin, because he had his hair cut a little differently, people made a meme out of it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He went like, he was hardcore, just going around the world and gutting people alive, and you're gonna make fun of his haircut.
I wouldn't be surprised if like the 616 Marvel Cinematic Universe ends, and then they do something cheeky like, oh, this is the Ultimate Universe now.
I don't know.
I
mean, they didn't have to go to multiverse. It's one of the problems with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and honestly, like even the Monsterverse, is the Earth is already pretty big. You could have a lot of people on it. I mean, they could just do a West Coast Avengers, East Coast Avengers. Like, there's enough space on our planet to take these other stories and make them all within the same world. Then you could also, if you really have to have a multiverse outside of that, then you establish that separately and then slowly bring them together. But like, the way that they jumped into the multiverse saga and then just kept it growing it's a bit overwhelming to really keep track of. And
what if they did it as like an emergency break? Like, if anything ever bad happens, like a Jonathan Major situation, they can just be, oh, multiverse. William Hurt died in real life. Oh, multiverse. This isn't Harrison Ford. This is alternate universe. No, it's really like a recasting of that situation. But I could see them like pulling stuff out of their ass with the multiverse, hopefully for the better. But you know, we got to assume we're 15 years without like serious recasting of the main characters. Something's coming. Something's got to reboot. We need our Iron Man, our Cap, and all that stuff. Not that we don't have a version of Cap, but
yeah, like you really don't need all of those. Like, you need to do a better job of establishing the characters you do have, because if you constantly have to have a character like Iron Man for your whole cinematic universe to exist and everything like that, then the rest of it sucks. Like, you should be able to move on and it's fine for people to love Iron Man and shit like that. So like, it's not a problem if Iron Man were to come back, or like if they did the Iron Lad story and somehow made it not suck, or if somehow Ironheart, which is going to be a TV show, if Ironheart wasn't a complete piece of dog shit somehow, then that would be redeeming for like an Iron Man character. But like already people are gonna be like, well, no, it's a woman and she's a black woman, and I don't care about it unless it's Tony Stark. I mean, Riri Williams is fairly new as far as Marvel in general.
I think that's the problem, though. Like, she's not an established, well-known, tenured character with history of stories, like years and years of stories under her belt. And it's like Marvel's like, all right, she's getting her own show.
But
she's new Iron Man. Fuck it, take it.
So okay, but let's say that the show is a success. There are definitely Iron Man stories that you can adapt to fit her. You know, like you can even with different villains and stuff, you could still restructure those so that they're reminiscent of a plot. Like I thought Iron Man 3 was going to go down the extremis route, and it did, but when I said the extremis route, I meant like the way it actually was in the comics and not whatever the fuck they turned it into with fire-breathing cyborg people.
Right.
But like they definitely could bring back other Iron Man stories with her if they wanted to. And then with the multiverse and all that shit, then you can bring back potentially people like Stryker. And one of the plus sides of something like Battle World is if it's going to really create all these segues and connections for different universes to cross over and connect, then you really can bring back people like characters like Stryker, Quicksilver. Like there's a lot of potential shit you can really mess with, like bringing Miles Morales into the MCU if you wanted to, just because there's this multiverse thing happening. Like
I would love to see Miles come into the Spider-Man universe, but check this out, only as a one movie thing, and he has to stay animated.
I was kind of thinking like it'd be crazy if they did like the Amazing Spider-Man movie, like I don't know if Tom Holland still signed on to do more Spider-Man movies, but let's say he did a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man movie, and we had, or actually, what if we had whatever their upcoming Secret Wars thing? There's Secret Wars and Doomsday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if Secret Wars ends up having symbiote Spider-Man come in and he takes off the mask and it's animated Miles Morales? Like it would be kind of crazy if you had a cartoon living in the real world. You're kind of crossing over into Who Framed Roger Rabbit territory there. But it could work. It would be really weird and gimmicky. And that's where it gets a little weird. But sometimes risks like that can pay off. It's tricky. It's hard to tell.
It's also writing. Just stop with the shitty writing.
Well, no, it's not. It's not stop with the shitty writing. It's give your writers a chance to actually write something in its entirety. And like, you know, your special effects people more than 7 weeks to make a whole fucking movie that relies entirely on their special effects. Like that's why they come. Like that's why Feige was like, we're only doing Deadpool and Wolverine. Because they needed to reevaluate. And like the fact that they announced all these other shows for Disney Plus, because what's the list? So Daredevil Born Again, they better not fuck up. I swear to Christ, if they fuck that up, I'm gonna go insane.
I've already saw the trailer for it, the one they played at Disney.
I didn't see that.
Let's just say they're not changing much.
Good.
The original universe is still canon. All your characters are coming back. Nobody's dead.
So Ironheart is going to be a show. It's going to be a series. Armor Wars, I guess, is one. I know you sent me a link. You sent me something going over different items from D23, and I only recognized a few of them. I didn't recognize the red figure with like the antlers. I was like, is that a Star Wars thing? Because I know some of those things in that Instagram thing you sent me were like Star Wars related. Like the last one was, I forget what that little purple guy's from.
Zeb is from Rebels.
Okay, yeah. So they're doing an Ironheart TV show. They're doing Agatha All Along. Daredevil, Born Again, which man, I'm in the process of rewatching Daredevil soon. Took a quick deviation to watch season 1 of Jessica Jones and then Defenders because I still think Jessica Jones season 1 is amazing. And then they're also doing animated, like they're doing another What If, X-Men 97, which I don't know why it's still called X-Men 97, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is going to be animated also. Well, all of those are going to be animated. Well, that's the other. I'm glad that they're still staying and building on Wakanda because we're supposed to see Great Ape at some point. His name escapes me, but M'Baku.
Oh,
like,
yes.
He's a villain of the whole Black Panther like comics. Like M'Baku is a villain, like, and they've kind of portrayed him as like this kind of unwilling hero kind of partner in it, but like he's straight up not he's not a good guy in the whole world of Wakanda. So I'm curious to see if we'll ever actually get to see M'Baku as a villain. There's so many other Easter eggs and things that they never touch upon. I mean, even outside of the giant what the hell are they called? The judge that was being born in Eternals that's in the middle of the island and maybe, I guess, crumbled down to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, Sanchez is here. Hey, Sanchez.
Yeah. I don't go to full screen so I can see him. I've just been ignoring you, Charles. But like even in Jessica Jones, they mentioned Angela Del Toro, White Panther.
Okay.
Gladiator is in Daredevil.
You should watch the Daredevil trailer.
Like right now?
Nah, on your own
Okay.
time. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it'll answer some questions. It might pull the e-brake on a couple of things that you're speculating on.
I finally finished watching Echo, and the show's not bad.
That ending was so dumb.
Yeah.
That ending was so fucking dumb. Such
What was the ending?
a decent mid show, like a decent, like better than average, and then they just ruined it with the ending.
What was the ending again?
It was like the ancestors, and they're
Okay,
like,
yeah, okay. I was like, is that exactly what it's? Because I forget exactly how the end of it happened. But yeah, that was one of my biggest gripes about that show was, and I guess she has powers in the comics and her story, fine. But I think that was the weakest aspect of the show was they're doing that whole genealogy, like ancestral thing that they carried on since like their and. Like I do like that they acknowledge more of their cultural beliefs and integrate that into the show. Like I don't think that's problematic, but I don't particularly care for the way they portrayed it. Whereas they during the whole final fight scene, it has like her and then like the other ancestors standing there in like this stupid power pose. I'm just like, oh my god, like it was so cheesy, and like. I hate when shows try to go for that big moment that like that, and it's just like, like you just failed, like you played yourself. Like that was the cheesiest thing you could have done, especially when you're trying to add all this triumphant, emotional music, and you're like, you guys not realize how fucking corny this is? Like,
you know what's funny though? Like I always imagine stuff like that, and I'm like, man, they're probably jerking each other off in the writers' room. Like, yeah, man, that is the best ending ever. Ah.
Yeah, and it's just they really kind of it felt so forced.
Screwed the pooch.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I thought the show was okay outside of that, but yeah, man, that was what a lame ending.
I agree. The show was decent. Like it wasn't bad, and then the ending came around. I was like, you ruined it.
Yeah,
you blew it. Fucking blew it.
While we're talking about Native Americans, I watched Killers of the Flower Moon last Sunday after our podcast.
Okay.
Not a great movie. The book was a lot better. I don't really understand what the hell Martin Scorsese was doing. because, god damn, it was just like I don't know how many Scorsese movies I've actually watched. Like I like The Departed. I've never seen Wolf of Wall Street. I might not have seen enough Scorsese films to understand why he does what he does, but yeah, that movie, it felt so lazy. It's like, okay, we're just gonna go in and then they're just gonna talk about, we're just gonna lay the groundwork immediately. Fuck the idea of building suspense. Like, what? It was really dumb. It was not a great translation from the book to the movie. Are you going to Fairfax Comic Con? I know it's a little trip for you, but next weekend.
No.
No?
No. I will be celebrating my 41st birthday that weekend.
Oh. I'm a good friend and didn't realize that was your birthday weekend.
Well, it's okay. It could have been before. It could have been after. You never know. It's a toss up.
Yeah.
The real question is, when's my birthday, Matt?
When's what?
When's my birthday, Matt?
I don't know. You weren't born.
It's true. I'm an alternate universe from the Marvel universe.
So.
But I'm like Peter from Deadpool. Like, I don't have any powers. I'm just there. You know, just like, hey, multiverse.
Is there anything else in here? I don't know. Is there anything from D23 that you specifically wanted to look at and talk about?
Anything specific? No, not really. Like, I kind of want to talk about Punisher a little bit and
Okay.
Daredevil and that stuff, but you haven't seen the trailer. Don't kind of want to ruin it for you. There's a lot of like juicy morsels in there.
So, I mean, at D23, it had the cast of Daredevil, Born Again. It had Bernthal, Charlie Cox, Deborah Ann Woll. Actually, I need to talk about Deborah Ann Woll real quick because last week I kind of shat on her a little bit. Apparently, she's one of the nicest people you ever meet. So, I take back that shit a little bit. Yeah, like
I don't think you shit on her too hard. I think you just compared her to like Felicity in The Flash or something, right?
No, I said that I felt like she was trying too hard to get involved in things rather than just letting her career build organically. Like she was trying to force her name in different projects, and that might not be inaccurate, but like apparently she is like a super nice person and like genuinely nice to like everybody. So if she is actually like that, then yeah, I kind of take that back a little bit just because I don't want to shit on people who are just nice. I just want to shit on people who want to be shit on. Wait, what? Like you. But yeah, and then Eldon Hansen as Foggy, for those who don't know who Eldon Hansen is because he's not in a lot. He's the Bully and Dumber Dumber, the prequel. And he's also in a movie called Cheats, but nobody's ever seen that movie. And then Vincent D'Onofrio was there. Actually, it's kind of crazy. I didn't realize how much of a padded suit D'Onofrio wore for Wilson Fisk. Because like in Echo, yeah.
You ever seen the movie The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
Eldon Hansen was in that movie.
Was he? Who was he in that?
He was like the brother with the issues. It wasn't Ashton Kutcher's brother. It was like his girlfriend's brother. Like he had killed a puppy in one of the scenes or something like that. Like the mentally unstable bully kind of. Yeah. That was Eldon Hansen.
Holy shit! I need to Google this.
Yeah.
No, I can't picture him. I picture like a different person entirely.
Yeah. That movie came out in 2004. If that gives you any idea how old Eldon Hansen is. One of us. No, there's nothing from D23 I really want to talk about other than Daredevil. I think Daredevil was the most exciting tidbit for me.
Is it how many episodes are they looking at doing? Is it still 18?
I have no idea. I don't. I would not imagine they're doing 18. I think they want to go for quality over quantity.
He doesn't play the brother.
He doesn't?
No, because the brother's like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. What was he in the fucking Butterfly Effect then?
He plays Lenny. Like, they ain't gonna be no goddamn rabbits, Lenny. Yeah, William Lee Scott plays the brother. And actually, Eric Stoltz is the guy who's the creepy fuck that wants to film them, like, doing inappropriate things. And he's also Marty number 2 in Back to the Future.
Technically, he's Marty number 1, right? Well, no. He's technically Marty 2. Because they wanted Fox. They didn't get Fox. So they put in Stoltz, and then Fox became available, and they're like, fuck you, Stoltz.
Yeah, this is the guy I was thinking of. He's the psycho.
Oh, okay.
Apparently Eldon Henson is just his friend. But
I must be mixing. I think I'm mixing the storylines together because I definitely remember Eldon as like a mental patient at one point.
Okay. Yeah, he's just his last name isn't Miller. Amy Smart's last name is Miller. That guy I just showed, his last name is also Miller. So they're siblings in the show. And Eldon Henson is just a friend, I guess. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. But I don't think that movie was very great.
It was awkward, and I think that's why I liked it. It was just weird. Like it wasn't a fucking masterpiece, but I was like, oh, this is
there's an alternate ending where like he wraps the umbilical cord around himself in the womb, like that's dumb. Because you know what? He was clearly going to be born to be the smartest baby in the world.
We just finished watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you read the comic about how Cassandra Nova came to be?
Yeah, she said that. She strangled him in utero.
Yeah. In the comics, like Xavier kills her and she like survives as like a pile of cells and like Voldemort's her way back into existence, like slowly feeding off of other life forms and like until she's able to. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
That's really weird. That's like Old Man Logan type of weird.
It's the butterfly effect of Marvel Comics.
I guess, yeah. Wow, okay. As I was saying before, I didn't realize how much of a padded suit Vincent D'Onofrio wore as Fisk. Like, I know he's like a large guy, like, and he's tall, but like I didn't realize that he was wearing like that suit under there, and because like in Echo, like he's huge, and I'm like he's gonna kill himself. But in the pictures from D23, like he's relatively slim and everything, so I'm like, okay, he's not really that enormous. It's like he's not butterbeaning himself.
Okay, because that first season of Deadpool or Daredevil, he was thick. He was a thick boy.
Yeah, he was definitely thick. What?
You sure it was a padded suit? We gotta watch them like behind the scenes just to see like how is it made and stuff. Like I would love to watch it.
But like D23, like he's pretty simple, and I mean, there had to be some additional padding to make him Kingpin, because like he was in Jurassic World, which was like right like between seasons or something like that. And like he wasn't like Kingpin sized or anything like that. So basically, Vincent D'Onofrio is like the real world Juggernaut, where he can alter his size.
I was just thinking he's been in some interesting fucking roles, man.
Yeah,
like, I'm thinking like Men in Black. Yeah,
𝗀𝗄𝗃𝗍.
𝗀𝗄𝗃𝗍, Adventures in Babysitting. He played I can't remember his fucking name, but
yeah, he's been in a lot of shit. He was one of the brothers in The Breakup.
Oh yeah,
fucking Vince Vaughn shit movie.
I love anxiety-inducing fucking movies like that.
Like what?
Like The Breakup. Like it was played for comedy a little bit, but there were some scenes that were pretty fucking serious. And I was like, whoa, okay.
So, in a quick shift, something arrived this week.
Okay. And how do you like it?
I opened it up. I liked it. She has single jointed elbows, which makes sense because her arms are pretty thin. She feels a little fragile. Where the hell?
Say you hate it. Say you hate it.
No, I like it a lot, actually. I wish
Tell me it blows.
I wish Figma would make one because Figma would knock it out of the park. But honestly, they did a really good job with this figure too. I'm just gonna pop it out. Like,
well, let me go full screen. I really want to see what you're about to share.
Let me pop her out real quick. She does feel a bit fragile. I won't lie about that. The plastic feels a little bit soft, maybe, or malleable. Like it feels like it'll warp easily if you fuck with it too much.
Get out of there.
Ugh. But like, she has a good level of detail. She has really good articulation despite single jointed elbows. Like, she could get a little past the 90. It's hard to sell from that angle, but she could get a little bit past the 90-degree elbow. She has
So I know nothing about this game. Doesn't she use like a bow and arrow? Maybe?
Yeah. Yep. I'll get to that. Her hair actually has 3 different parts of articulation to help you like move her arms around and everything like that, which is actually really cool. And then
clever.
These front pieces also have a bit of articulation. Like, they're attached to a ball joint in there. So like, you can really move her hair around a lot. So it's not getting in the way. She has like a really good ab crunch. And then she also has, does she? Okay, there it is. I was thinking it was further down, but she also has a good amount of like pivot in her upper body. So on top of the abdominal crunch, like, she's very flexible. These shoulder pads lift up to accommodate better arm movement. She can get her arm up. This is where it's a little weird because she does feel like it's not the finest quality plastic. She has bicep swivel. She could get her arm at a good height, like unlike me. She has double jointed knees that actually look pretty good when they're bent entirely, because sometimes that double joint looks a little funky on figures, like the Jazzwares Halo ones. It looks really weird. Her garb is kind of in the way there, but there's that double jointed knee. You could probably get it back more if you bend the bottom part of the actual knee, but like, she'd get a full 90 going on there. And then her ankles are very interesting because she has like a shin articulation, but she also has inside of the foot articulation, like typical to Hasbro.
Oh, okay.
But there's also, I haven't really messed with it much because it's, but there. So like, she has this kind of articulation also. So she has really, really good foot articulation, and she has toe articulation.
Oh, the toe articulation.
Yeah, that was like your make or break for figures when you first started. And then all these different accessories she has on her, they all swivel around. Not so much her actual like skirt or whatever you want to call it, but like these all move around so that you can kind of arrange them differently as she's in poses. Just really, the figure looks great, honestly. The head sculpt is not going to look great on the camera. It looks much better in person. It does. Her accessories, she comes with a bow, a satchel of arrows, and then her spear.
I don't get why go through all the trouble of putting this beautiful deluxe figure out. Articulation up the ass, all over the body, and then single jointed elbows.
The arms are thin.
It's just like, hey, fuck you, man.
The arms are thin. People don't accept that as an answer.
Figures does the ball with the little thing, and then
what?
They could have done like one of those like figure arts balls, like it's like a ball with double joints on the side, and that way it acts as the elbow as well.
They could.
It probably wouldn't have looked as nice, but you would have gotten your double jointed articulation there.
She gets over 90. Her bow looks really good. and it has like a bit of an elastic. I could actually launch her arrow if I wanted to.
Does it come with like knocking fingers?
Yeah, it has the knocking. She has knocking fingers. That's actually what I have on her right now. The arrow knocking fingers. Can't speak. Her staff also looks pretty good. This is a little tricky. On her back, she has a peg that just like sticks out entirely, kind of like a nail in Home Alone. And like you could put her bow on it, or you could put her staff on it because they do have a little hole for it to plug in. But it's a little tricky. You probably want to arrange her hair so that it helps hold it in place, because the hole is actually not like the best system for doing it. Like you can have her holding the bow on her back, but it's not the best. Like it feels like it wants to pop off. The spear even more so. Get out of there, you little turd. Comes with and then the satchel of arrows, which is actually like the lamest accessory because it just looks so generic and it's not painted with exceptionally great detail. They could have probably done better on that. She comes with 6 other hands and then the 5 different head sculpts, which they all look pretty good. They look a little weird off of her actual head, but when you put them on, they look pretty good. But yeah, really happy with this. I'm really curious to see how the other figures look, especially when we get to like Jin or Kratos. Like, are they going to have double jointed elbows? They, I feel, should, because they're going to have thicker arms. Like even Kratos will have thicker arms just because like he's like an insanely strong character. Jin's wearing armor, so there's no excuse for them to not have a second point of articulation in that elbow. Varl, the other character from this, he probably will because he'll also have thicker arms. And then Atreus, I'm guessing, won't have double jointed elbows because he's also going to be a pretty thin character. Like he's also an archer, and he's kind of small.
You don't call him by his name?
Atreus?
Yeah, you call him boy.
Boy will probably have single jointed elbows, but I don't know. I'm not going to complain about it. The figure looks great. Really happy with it. So
I'll probably wait for you to buy it and then tell me that they have single jointed elbows and then not buy it. Or you buy it and you're like, Pete, they got double jointed elbows. I'm like, ah. And you're like,
then you buy it and you're like, you lied.
True. Probably do that too.
You're generous. Me. You're smart. Me. But I never taught you how to lie. So yeah, that figure, I'm happy. I'm excited for the rest of them. Yes. And then Rick can jump under pre-orders. Share screen, sharing screen, window.
There was a wave that was announced that I was excited for that I passed on when the drop came. So
What wave? Legends?
Let's see if we get to it. Yeah.
Are you talking about Music Maniacs?
This is the McFarlane one. Yeah. I was thinking about buying the Rob Zombie one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was definitely an earlier one.
Yeah. I don't even know if they still make it. I should check. These are cool though.
Actually, I was kind of talking about Rob Zombie with a friend because she just saw Marilyn Manson in concert, and she sent some videos to like the group chat I'm in with her. Marilyn Manson looked like he put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, he normally does. I've seen him live like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Well, I know I'm pretty sure that when you saw him with Rob Zombie, you said it was okay.
It was. Because Rob is just that much better. Like Rob has like giant fucking Satan things coming out and like flames all over the fucking place.
Okay.
But Marilyn will get on stilts a lot and kind of do like this like wobble thing. Like, it's good. They're showmen. I appreciate it. Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, I don't see any need for these to exist.
I'm trying to think if there's a musician that I would like. I need to have that. I don't know. The only reason I said Rob Zombie is because I like Rob Zombie, and I feel like he's a versatile figure because he looks like an undead person. It's like if you really wanted to get your use out of Rob Zombie, you could.
Yeah, I guess. This is basically just a re-release of the other one with the blue spikes and fire effect. So nothing special there. Is this it?
That is the wave I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
I was all in on this for some reason. I think I just got like really excited when I saw it. I was like, oh man, like even if you don't like the movie or never seen the movie, that Spider-Man figure is going to be a versatile figure to have. Like it could substitute as your regular Spider-Man. The Miles B. Morales, I thought was really cool because of the head sculpt that comes with it with the double French braids. I'm not a big. I have a feeling he's going to be really cool in the next movie, but as for now, I don't know much about him. I don't have a Spider-Man 2099 in any form. I do want one. I thought the mafex was too thin. I think this is more the right size. I like the version of Spider-Gwen wearing the high tops versus the ballerina shoes. And then she comes with the little 3D. I can't remember that character's name. And of course, Miles with his more adult or teenage look.
Not there.
Yeah. But still, like, looks like everybody's pinless. Everybody's all new sculpts. Like, it looks great. Like,
Yeah.
even this is cool. Like, I'm not into this character at all, but I thought it was a cool figure.
Yeah, I don't know much
about it.
When
it came out, I was like, do I really want to spend this money? It looks great. That's Spider-Man, like I said, versatile. You could probably buy the figure and throw a different head on there and be happy with it. Like a mafex head or something more realistic.
I don't know. This line is way too inspired by the animated look.
I mean, as it should be.
I mean, yeah, no, but that's why I wouldn't buy it, honestly.
I really like that head sculpt, though. Yeah, something about it. Like, it's just versatile.
Miles G. Morales.
Oh, G. I think I said B. I don't remember her having purple hair in the movie, though.
I haven't seen it, so. And I don't know who this is.
That would be like the AI for Spider-Man 2099. Now, this was interesting because I was thinking about going back and getting Spider-Punk, the first release, because this comes with a second head sculpt that would work on that figure.
Yeah, I think that's what this one was specifically designed for. Because on this figure, it wouldn't match up. It was just pink. I don't go in for Legends. Not my thing. I didn't see Tatsu at the Target or Targets that I went to. I don't know if you found me.
I actually went to Target today too. Did not see Tatsu, but I did find the WWE Reckon Lowrider.
The motorcycle?
No, the Lowrider. The long car that with hydraulics goes up and down. Like,
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was the one we talked about like 3 weeks ago that they were releasing soon.
Okay.
Like a red Cadillac looking car.
Excuse me. Oh, I have 2 pictures of this. Oh, GITD, glow in the dark. Man, I used to love this Batmobile when I was a kid. I had the one set that, like, it basically had the chassis, and then you could snap on the wheels, where you take them off and then slap on the bat boat part, or you take that off and then you could plug the wings into the side. So it was like a 3-in-1, and it was like at a 6-inch scale. That Batmobile was awesome. But yeah, this is just another McFarlane Toys release. I didn't look on my computer, but I'm curious to see if they have. Damn. Let me hide this for a second.
Oh my God.
Over Batman Forever figures on here at all?
Batman Forever, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is a pre-order that ships mid-August. It's already sold out. But I know you sent the pictures that were from one of the cons or something like that, or I guess SDCC. But
oh yeah,
yeah, they actually looked really good in that picture. Like here, it's gonna be okay. I don't know. It seems like their promotional pictures aren't great. Although honestly, that Batman looks pretty decent. There's a picture of just him.
What's the Build-A-Figure?
The Bat.
It said it on the box. What is it specifically? Could you go back one image?
It's the Nightmare Bat. It says it right here.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Oh god damn! I didn't want to click that. So, and when Riddler, when the Riddler taps into Bruce Wayne's brain, spoiler, Batman's brain, he just sees the shadow of the bat and says, "I'm Batman." He just starts flapping the robe. Fuck. But yeah, there's the bat head there, and I guess the mouth opens and closes. But yeah.
Minor complaint. This is the only figure that looks off. Something looks just off. Like the colors, maybe. They look muted. No.
I'm not sure, but yeah, there's a little something.
Was Chris O'Donnell? Chris O'Donnell. Robin.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was more of a like a pastel sheen, like a. I don't know how to describe it. It's more like a wine red and like a Christmas green.
Yeah.
But no, I guess the mask is right on, like the head sculpt.
I'm not a big fan of the head sculpt. His mouth looks a little weird.
Bro, I'm looking right at the picture of Chris O'Donnell in the costume. It's pretty dead on. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's pretty cool though. Like I'm sitting here like trying to find something wrong with it. I'm like, oh, that looks awful.
Yeah.
That looks so much better in the SDCC picture we were looking at.
Yeah.
I think you called it too. You're like, these look good now. Wait until they release the promo photos.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also not gonna. I won't buy these anyway, just because like I don't like their articulation system that McFarlane has. I mean, there's less of a diaper going on here, but even then, his abdominals are so high. Like, why is it like a whole quarter inch between his hip and where it starts to bend?
I was this close to buying. I saw they had it on clearance. The Todd McFarlane and the original Idea for Spawn 2-pack.
Okay.
It was on sale for $25. I want to say $30. I really just want the Todd McFarlane figure for no other reason, because it seems like the cool thing. Like everybody's doing artists now. So we got Jack Kirby, we had the Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane. There's another one in there somewhere. No, I think that's it. But yeah. Should have bought it. Fuck. Although I don't know if you remember the announcement. He comes with swappable feet.
Who, the Riddler?
Todd McFarlane. He has shoes, and then you could swap them for bare feet. Apparently, his thing, and I don't know where I heard this from, is that he walks around the office barefoot.
I'd break glass every day. I would not. It'd be a waste of glass.
This doesn't look that bad.
Looks more like Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But it's probably hard to really down half of a face when the other half is like deranged.
Is there any way we could pull up the SDCC photo just to see how different these look now that they're like the promotional photos are out?
Yeah, let me.
I have a feeling it was very fucking different. Like I was like, wow, I'm impressed that these look good.
Let me see.
Forever, forever.
Bear with me. I don't log into Instagram on my computer.
It's quite all right, my friend. It's okay, my friend.
Oh, shadows.
Terrible.
What?
There we go. I think I found one. Hold up. Let me see if I could send this to you. Private chat. Boop.
Or
And
do you just want to share it?
oh, duh. I mean, I could. Share screen. Don't show these tips again.
Let me know when you're ready.
This is somebody else's Twitter. I am ready. Let me zoom this in. Can I zoom this in?
Nope.
C-Man, look. Okay. All right. Maybe it's the angle, but this looks way better than that. But then I'm looking at the Riddler in the background, and I'm like, no, that's the same stupid face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't know what rose-colored glasses was I looking at, but I could have swore they looked way better. I apologize.
It happens.
Oh, it's funny. I pulled it up from Twitter, and now I get logged back into Instagram. It's the first photo I see.
Do they look better than that?
I think it's the distance of the group shot,
Maybe. That could be it.
and Riddler's the furthest one away. I don't know.
Oh, there's that Across Spider-Verse on Big Bad Toy Store. Anyone who's interested, Fortress Maximus is also back in stock on Big Bad Toy Store. I think he's more expensive than he was the first time around, but
I really want those Battletoad figures. They're 40% off, but they're still kind of pricey.
Oh, dude, I was looking at some of the stuff that they have on sale in this website on Big Bad Toy Store. They have a lot of stuff on sale. I'm just gonna pull up the full wave.
It's actually, it's not a bad price, man. Because
No,
those are 6-inch toads. That figure behind it's like 12 fucking inches.
yeah, it's like 15 inches. He's huge.
Yeah, girl. And they come with all the great accessories. And by the way, because I played it on console, I didn't realize how violent Battletoads was on the arcade. Apparently there was like dismemberment and blood and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I played on Nintendo.
Yeah. Because it looks like they're just kicking their butts and then they fly off the screen. But no, there's there's like severed limbs and everything too.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Kind of want to go back and play it now.
Great. Glad you gave me 8 pictures of the fucking sledge. Jesus. I just remember that it was a Nintendo game, so there were obviously all these issues going on with the cartridge. I don't remember that.
It's just like a army builder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember fighting them at all. I don't remember what we were fighting, actually.
I don't remember this character from Battletoads. I remember him from Battletoads vs. Double Dragon. I don't know if you ever played that one.
No.
But that game was great too.
God, his face is so insane.
I just realized he looks like a gimp a little bit. He's got the fishnets on and like.
There's all the blood and shit. Bleeding everywhere. Now he's rabid.
Man,
How big is that guy?
That figure has what? It's probably like what 15.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is 15
Yeah,
inches.
15 inches tall.
Christ.
Yeah, dude, he's huge. I don't need to go into it again. He's a fucking monster, though. They also have Banjo-Kazooie on sale. These other weird
What's
things.
the last Battletoads that they're missing? Oh, and the Earthworm Jim figure. I was thinking about buying that too. The only thing I don't like about this though is they made the swappable heads a add-on, not included. Which you'll probably see in a second. There it is.
Oh, what the hell? That's really lame, yeah. That was a really weird game. Just real quick. What the hell is that?
Go up to Marvel sale items real quick.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking for because mafex Rogue or Storm Rogue, she's on sale right now for $80, and then you got your $4 flat rate shipping, so that's a good price.
That is a good price for domestic.
A lot of hot toys in here. MODOK, the hand. I mean, it's only $5 off, but that's not bad if you want to army build and you want it to be Legends. Is there something else?
I think I went on here the other day looking at to see if they had any other mafexes because I was thinking about picking up the Iron Man that they released. Going back and picking
which one?
It was the one that in line with Captain America and Thor. So it was like one of the earlier Iron Men. Red and yellow.
Oh, these are mezco. I was like, what the fuck are they coming up for? I thought they were hot toys at first. Nope, they don't have that one. But they do have, if anyone's looking for these, Hella. That's a good price on her. That figure is
$48.
It's not a great figure. I had it. If I still have it, maybe. But that's a good price for them. I don't know if you really need that figure. But no, they don't have that Iron Man.
The other disappointing thing is Pulse sold out of those Sentinels like super quick.
6. Yeah, I remember when I told you that. You were like, what? What the hell? There's some there. So this is one of the images. It's already sold out on here. So you might be able to find it like Entertainment Earth or maybe a foreign store. But the reissue of Agent Venom by Revoltech. You haven't really gotten too far in Spider-Man 2, but Harry Osborn has the Venom symbiote, and like when he employs it, he actually looks kind of like a rudimentary Agent Venom. It was kind of a cool nod or maybe a tease or something down the road. I don't know. But
I actually haven't beat Miles Morales yet. I got so bored with it. Should I just skip it and go to 2?
he kills his friend.
Okay. No, I figured that much.
His friend is the Tinkerer. There's a stupid, fucking, crazy, dumb boss battle. And, yeah, it's the Miles Morales DLC was, because it's not Miles Morales Spider-Man game. Everyone's like, oh, it's just a Miles Morales game. No, it's not. It's a DLC. The DLC was kind of, I don't know. I got it eventually, or I got it for free when I got the PS5 upgrade, maybe. Wasn't anything special. They don't know how to give Miles Morales an interesting plot. Because even in Spider-Man 2, the side missions for Spider-Man were more diverse. And then everything, it seems, Miles does goes back to his section of New York and has to do with the culture of that section. Like, because they have a character who's half black and half Hispanic, they have to make it all about the culture of that part of New York and the different ethnicities that comprise the population there. Because, like, one of his fucking side missions is literally tracking down stolen instruments. I'm like, can we take Miles a little more seriously? Like, it's, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it and I understand why they make a point to, like, harp on the fact that there was a big jazz, like, it was a big spot for jazz and different musicians and, like, even poets and everything like that in New York. But, like, oh, they really beat that over the head. And, like, anyone who plays a DLC, they throw it at you right in your face. But if you don't finish the DLC, it's going to hit you right in the face again in Spider-Man 2. And, like, yeah, fine, make that point because maybe a lot of people don't realize it. But, like, that doesn't have to be, like, half of his side missions, dealing with stolen instruments and shit. Just kind of fucking lame. Like, and then his final suit makes him look like it's a thing of Colgate toothpaste. Yeah. So Agent Venom, if you're into Revoltech or the character, this looks decent. And then they have, I guess, different head sculpts for him. Do you have anything to say? You're so quiet over there.
I don't know. I was into Revoltech when I first started collecting, and then I just got out of it because but this would be the figure to get, you know, something that didn't have like a unmasked head sculpt, because I feel like that's where they drop the ball at. They have this like, it almost looks like they use the same face for all the male characters, and it's, I don't know, it's just dumb looking. I don't know how to put it.
In all honesty, this actually looks pretty cool for a Revoltech figure. I don't collect Revoltech at all, but, like, because he has so many different parts and armor accessories, they do a better job of hiding all the goofy Revoltech joints.
You just reminded me, two of my favorite figures, one of my favorite Iron Man and War Machine figures are both Revoltechs.
I bought, I think it was an early Revoltech Iron Man figure on clearance, and I gave it to my friend kind of as a gag because I hated it so much. But it was, like, really early Revoltech. He comes with a lot of shit too.
The Venom figure wasn't bad if you're looking for more of a monster Venom brute kind of.
That one's not bad. That is definitely a monster Venom look. Let me see if I can pull that up.
But
yeah,
I remember
they've been doing a few re-releases lately.
I bought the Wolverine. That's a decent figure if you don't mind swapping the head. And then you can get more of a Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Let me see.
Marvel vs. Capcom, like stout Wolverine, like super jacked Wolverine look out of that.
Yeah, like this, you can even see here the crazy articulation parts. But yeah, this is very much a monster Venom figure. And in that capacity, it probably does the job pretty well. I like that it even has articulated fingers.
Yeah. I love the blue.
Yeah, he's like this really dark purplish blue, like right on the verge of black, but it's the right color. Like that right there looks weird.
Sort of, but it works also. Like it's so weird. Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's like gappy.
Yeah. I mean, these are. I think I might have said that before, but like this is definitely a figure. These in general, Revoltech, are definitely kind of where you take advantage of angles to kind of hide the ugly aspects of where the figures articulate. It's almost like one of those pieces of art where there's all the different things, and then when you look at it at the right angle, it makes the actual image. How tall are these guys? 175 millimeters. There you go. 6.9 inches. Oh, the Winter Soldier.
About to see that face I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that one actually doesn't look that bad.
That one is very different, though.
I was gonna say Magneto and Cable seem to have the same face.
Can't really get a great look. Another one that's what the hell? Oh, here we go. When I pull it up on my phone, it's right there. This is Figure Arts. Oh no, it is Sentinel. I was thinking it was a different line. Shit. So they put out this line that's kind of weird. It's the fighting armors, and they do it for all different characters. And this is the Punisher one. This one's kind of weird looking. The helmet is really what bothers me about it, because it doesn't have the bottom part of it. Doesn't have like the teeth like the chest does. It's just this top part, and that's it. And just the fact that that's the only part of the head that's actually white, it's just throws me off a little bit. But essentially, this whole line is modeled that idea that it's different characters, their own kind of Iron Man suit, which is kind of a cool concept if you're really into armors. But it's.
I was gonna say Punisher wore this costume in the comics. If you don't mind,
not this one. I'll pull it up because Hot Toys made actually a figure of it, and it looks fucking awesome.
Oh, okay.
Was it like this?
No, it was more basic. It was more just the skull on a black armor. Yeah. But I love how they did like the bones on the thighs and the calves or the shins also.
They didn't really. It's just a silver piece of metal.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the glare, it looked like it, but it's not. I don't understand what these canisters are on his forearms. That's kind of a weird place for things to be. Then, like, he has these blades on his arms. I don't know. This line gets a little weird in the liberties that they take. There's a Black Panther one.
It's pretty cool.
It's not bad. It's just not my thing.
Yeah. If somebody gave it to me, I wouldn't be mad. Like, man, that's pretty cool. Thank you.
Let me actually might be here. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Bump. Bump, 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 bump. Where are you? Oh, it's sold out. Damn it.
Also, if anybody's selling their HasLab Sentinel,
you know where to hit us up.
So what else releases we got? That was it?
There's not a whole lot going on.
What?
This is the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely more comic accurate. I think I have that comic. I think I have the trades for it.
Yeah.
And
no, the other one's cool too, though. It's definitely stylized a little bit, but I like it.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's not my thing, but it's definitely not bad. Like anyone who wants a Punisher armor, like it definitely kind of goes that way. Could float your boat. I remember reading the comic for that. Like I read the first part of it when he gets that suit. Like, it's so insanely violent. Like he's shooting people in the faces and stuff, and like stabbing. Like it's so violent. Like it's definitely like Marvel Black Label or whatever they called it. Definitely like mature, and it was kind of awesome that they did that. Because even that whole Punisher arc from like 2016, 2017 is violent. Like it has like a warning on it, like a parental advisory type thing on it. Yeah. But otherwise for releases, seems like it's nothing really popped out to me. I mean, there's nothing really else on Toy Arc. I'll pull up these Mondo 1/6 because I think that they did a really good job with Rogue.
I want to say 𝗂𝗲𝗆 sculpt that.
I'm going to start with Rogue. Who did you say sculpted it?
𝗂𝗲. He's a guy on Instagram. He used to do his own. He still does his own custom figures himself. Like he used to like, make and model his own figures and shit. And I remember after the NECA released their first April, I think 𝗂𝗲 went in and designed the second April, the ultimate April that they released. That ended up being the greatest. And I think I saw him post something that he designed this Rogue also. So that's pretty cool. You could tell his flair.
Okay.
He has a very good eye for like the cartoon shit. He does a lot of Batman animated series stuff himself. Okay. Yeah.
Have you watched the Cape Crusader series at all on Amazon?
I have not.
I watched the first episode.
I just finished Umbrella Academy, like the last season. It was great. It was great.
Really? I saw someone post that like it was terrible.
Really? I thought it was as good as the first season. And if you remember the joy,
I haven't watched any of it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So to me, it was first season, second season, first season, second season, third season, fourth season.
Whoa. Yeah. You really hung in there.
Yeah.
This figure,
second, third were bad.
This figure makes me wish that I was into this line at all because it just looks awesome. Like this is the picture I sent that to you and Dan in the chat. Like having this many head sculpts, all these accessories, like this looks so good.
It does look so good. And it comes with the what was it? X-Men Evolution head sculpt, Rogue.
Yeah, right here.
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yeah. It just looks so awesome. And then so they're also doing an Omega Red, which I actually didn't even know, but then we're gonna jump to this super stylized Juggernaut 5-point or whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of a goofy figure.
Why are they doing this?
What?
Aren't they doing this with the Ninja Turtles also? Sons of bitches.
I think that it is that style, yeah. I think this might be a soft vinyl, but Omega Red here looks pretty good too.
He looks sexy, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Was he a villain or a good guy?
A villain.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Oh, was he Gambit's enemy?
No, he's Wolverine's enemy.
Oh, okay.
There's been a lot of memes of the game. There's been a lot of Gambit memes lately. Cracking me up. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I mean, anyone that's collecting these 12-inch Mondo figures is getting kind of spoiled because these look great. They've looked great so far. Even the Cyclops one they did look awesome.
Didn't the Wolverine come with the bed and then like the frame, and he's like looking at it and has Scott and Jean in it? Like,
I don't remember. Let's see.
Beat a weedy weedy wee. Beat a weedy weedy wee. Beat a weedy weedy wee. Wee wee.
So here he is. And yes, he comes with the picture. Yeah, he's sold out. He looks even more cartoony, though. That's kind of weird. Because, like, these ones don't look animated at all. Like, Omega Red doesn't have those lines. So, like, kind of, like, he has shading, not individually drawn lines. So, I'm curious if this is actually part of that same line or not.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Omega, the animated series. Why does he look so different then?
That's pretty cool.
But you see what I mean? Like, he has cell shading on him, whereas the other ones don't.
Let me see, Rogue. And Hans.
Like, she doesn't have those different tones at all. Neither does he. Like, he actually has genuine shadows. Maybe a little bit painted in there, but it's not as glaringly obvious as it is on Wolverine.
That's a really good Omega Red.
It is. Yeah, that I'd be so mad if I bought those in this Wolverine and they don't match at all. Yeah, that's the same line though. Oh, okay. So, okay, you don't want to pull it up, really? So, okay. This is what you were talking about. God damn it, website. The image was right there and then it went away. Fucking really?
Huh. That's interesting.
There you go. So there's a variant where he comes in the bed and has him holding the picture, and I guess the accessories are probably under it.
Gene.
It's so funny that they did that. Oh man. There was something I was thinking of and I forgot what it was. Damn it.
I got a share screen if you want to let me share.
What? What'd you say?
I got something to share.
I don't think you want to share that.
Share it.
It's us again.
Share it.
Oh, now it isn't. What you got here?
So this is how far technology's come. It's come a long way. The cooling fan on the 3D printers really make for a better experience overall. You get smooth layers no matter the height of an object, where you really didn't get that before. I would say about 3-4 years ago in 3D printing. I actually printed this out already on the Cobra 2 Max, and the print is, it's actually right here. I can show you. I don't know why I'm screwing up. But the reason I did it this way is because there's a cavity in between. I guess I could just show it on camera. Let me just stop sharing this shit. I was gonna say there's a cavity right at the very top where the decal slides in.
Yeah.
And if you print it like this, you don't need supports in that decal or in that cavity. So
Yeah,
the
I
only
remember.
thing you can see the only thing I'm really supporting is the change return,
Yep.
the top of this brace right here, and then the inside of the can feeder. Even if there isn't a clean break on the inner part of this, it's going to be covered by the decal anyway. I also modeled it to have the hole in the back versus the hump on the bottom. So this is an upgraded phone booth. It is printed like this.
Not phone booth.
Sorry, or the vending machine. But you can see how smooth that side is.
That looks really good.
Yeah. So I used to print it on its back like this to avoid taking apart so many.
On old printers, it made more sense to do that. And the older methods of printing.
Right? Isn't that
I
crazy?
say older as if it wasn't like only 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, that's how far technology's come.
Yeah. Look how beautiful the dials look on here. This is nice and clean.
I love how you are embracing organic prints, or excuse me, organic supports also.
Yeah, where it makes sense. Well, it's funny because so I originally tried to print it like this. I was like, all right, well, let me try the organic supports in this. Failed miserably. Tried it again with the block supports, and that was a pain in the ass to remove. So rather than, and my goal is I want to make it as easy and as fast as possible to get the product out, because if I am spending unlikable time removing supports.
I was about to say, even then, even if it has all the supports and it looks great, like supports add unsightly bits to the print.
Yes.
Like one way or another, it's leftover filament. I was checking my phone because I can't think of anything else, any other upcoming releases or whatever, and maybe that's a bad thing, but did you see the teaser for The Last of Us Season 2?
I did not.
Yeah, they put it out like last Sunday at midnight or some shit. It's just a teaser, so it's only like a minute and a half long. But yeah, we see some shit, and I'm curious. I'm curious how much they manipulate out of it, and they have like characters like Catherine O'Hara is apparently in Season 2. Really curious who she plays. Like I'm replaying the game to get the platinum trophy right now, and I'm curious how they're going to deviate from this one. The more I think about the first season, the more I dislike it. Just to be totally honest. Yeah, you haven't finished the game. Just don't even make that face. Finish the game, and then you'll understand more of where I'm coming from. But I'm really curious to see how they do Season 2, because there's a lot in Season 2 Part 2, and I'm curious. I've heard things about them breaking it into two seasons, which they could do.
They should do.
Maybe. I don't know.
To not rip the Band-Aid off so fast.
Well, it's weird because there's a lot of pacing that you have to work on in Season 2, because you introduce so many new characters just in general. And like Stranger Things introduces like 15 characters every season, but even they were like, we need to stop. And that's really a joke. But like, I mean, I don't know. On one hand, they could break it into 2 seasons, and that would be fine in some ways because, yeah, it buys more time because Part 3 hasn't come out yet. So why not just tell the whole story in 2 seasons? But like, part of the problem is like, how do you divide that fairly? I don't know. It's weird. I guess I just figured out in my brain how they could do it, but
So I got one more update to share, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it. Connect 4. You ready?
Yes. So this thing right here, this thing right here, I printed 10 of these phone booth tops.
Get rid of the whole fucking other window you have up.
What other? Oh, because I'm doing the. Well, I'll just make this bigger, like that. And there you go. So I printed like 10 of these, trying to figure out like tolerances and like what's the best way to do this. Like I've tried taping, putting tape, double-sided tape on the inside to hold the decals. The whole thing is about making sure the decals are taut and tight, so they won't slide out and they will not have any like sag in them. So what I finally figured out, and if you look at this picture, there's like a double cavity thing going on. So I expanded it wider to allow myself more play from the side to side. And I printed this little test out also. In the middle is a 0.3 millimeter hole.
Like a slit.
Slit. Working it's down to 0.1 and working way up to 0.5. The
fact that they can be so accurate.
Huh?
That's on the resin. That's on the FDM printer, right?
This is on the FDM printer, yeah. This is from the Cobra 2, yeah.
Fucking
You
crazy.
can see the light through the lines disappear.
Yeah. That's amazing that they got that level of accuracy going on.
So what I'm trying to do here is I figured out the 0.3 is the tightest that will allow a laminated piece of paper to go through without falling out or wiggling out of place. That's what I wanted. But when you got into the later part of the cavity, it gets really hard to maneuver it into its final spot, basically. So what I did was I created a bottom cavity that was wider and then the initial insert to be tighter. So that way you get the tautness on the sides, but you have that play up top to maneuver it around. And then from the side to side, you'll be able to make sure it's centered correctly and it'll drop in just fine. So the pro and con of this too allowed me to close up the slits on the bottom piece of the phone booth because I was worried that the material would start getting too thin and might break off prior to building up the rest of the print. So this is a double positive all the way around.
That's awesome.
The other one thing that I did change from the top of the print is there are 4 pegs that are holding it in place. The thinnest one no longer has a peg because the other 3 will support it. But this allows, again, the better play for the decals that are to go inside of there. And I'm really excited because the print is already done. I just need to get cutting and laminating and testing it out. And if this works out, then I'm 100% done with the phone booth.
Nice.
Yes.
One quick update. Recent print of mine on my printer, my Cobra 2.
Oh shit! Yeah,
no, that's just the helmet on the printer.
I was about to say, how'd you get that glare like that beautiful gloss? You already painted it?
It's like right out the printer. It doesn't even print in multiple colors, and you achieve that?
No, I figured there had to be some post on it.
Yeah, no, I'm just cleaning up, and I put the helmet down on the printer because I didn't have anywhere else to put it for the time being. And I was like, I could print that on there because it's there's enough space on there.
So this is part of an order. It's going out. It's for a Coke machine.
Nice.
The phone booth is part of the rework. So as I was complaining about supports and being a pain to take off, is kind of the reason why I'm going back to the drawing board on a lot of this stuff. Plus, I feel like I could do a better job modeling now than I did 3 years ago, which is a big thing too.
I mean, there's always growth and changes. Like, look at Hasbro compared to how they were when you started collecting. Things change and adapt. They get better.
And you know what's so crazy? I looked at that stuff that I collected 5 years ago. I'm like, man, they can't get better than this. And then they
I know.
Again. That's why I'm just like kind of sticking with mafex, because mafex is like they're capturing the era, they're capturing the accessories that I want.
Yeah, the only thing I want to see more from is mafex is expanding the bucks they use a bit more. Like, let's get a rhino figure, you know? Let's get some more unique characters out of your line.
Like more Banes. I can't wait to see what that Doomsday is going to look like, because the promo, the gray photo that they had did not look that great, and I'm not going to lie. So
I think it also depends what Doomsday it is, because that was not like the Death of Superman Doomsday, I don't think.
Which is weird, because they are doing Death of Superman.
I don't know. I haven't opened Bane. I just put him in my storage unit. ran a whole bunch of shit to my storage unit today.
This Bane's awesome. But I want to do some comparison videos, and I know I'm super behind because I'm like obsessing over the fucking phone booth, like, because that's how I do things. Like I just hyper focus.
That's my storage unit right now.
Oh, look how organized that is.
I try.
I don't know why I pictured a shit show.
No, God, no. Oh my God, I need another shelving unit, but no, I don't want it to be all a mess and shit. God, that would piss me off. It'd be bad for everything in there too.
I was gonna say, why don't you check out Boltless?
The shelves.
That's what I have for my 3D printers.
So I have the one. God, the one I got one off Amazon. Then the other two I got, or the other 4 I got from Lowe's, like over years. The one I got from Amazon, I originally bought it for my statues because it can apparently support up to 2,000 pounds. But the way it's not tall enough because some of those boxes are huge. So instead, I just kind of jammed in other boxes that I have packed full of stuff. So it worked out the one way or another. I don't like stacking the Prime 1 boxes on top of each other because some of them are like 50 pounds, and I don't trust them being either. Well, I won't put those on top of another box, but I don't have much faith in the integrity of styrofoam around polystone. So, yeah.
I was gonna say, I also sent out the prototype dioramas to 2 folks. So hopefully next week we'll start seeing more movement and feedback on that stuff.
Nice. And I saw 𝗖ście_𝗆𝘆𝗿 still posting some pictures, which was pretty cool. He's so active, man. I'll never get over how prolifically he posts pictures. Like I saw the one that he did with the 2 wrestling guys in the rink the other day. And then he had like the promo with like the diorama in the background and everything like that, where they were doing like the TV spot. Like, yeah, some of his stuff is so cool. Like, it's awesome to see that he has that much time, and like just how quickly he changes out sets is so cool.
So you know what's awesome though is like also I didn't think about, and I don't know why I didn't do this, like sending some instructions on like how to use the product, but it worked out because he saw the sidewalk that I made, and he thought it was a like concrete wall. So that if you look at that wrestling promo, he said it reminded him of the original WWE locker rooms, where they had the concrete background.
Yeah,
he thought that's what I was going for, and that's so cool because I wasn't thinking that, but he was.
Yeah.
The other problem is some of the stuff I send him snapped in shipping, even though they were wrapped in bubble wrap. So I'm assuming they kicked the shit out that box because I sent this and 2 of the legs broke, right? I was like, man, that was the whole point. I remodeled it. But what really gave it away that they treated that box to shit is that the payphone receiver, the part where it actually holds the phone piece.
Yeah.
He said one of the pieces were snapped off.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they must have beat the fuck out that box, man. So that's something I got to keep in mind too when I'm shipping that stuff out.
I honestly, like, I sold my Doom Eternal Mondo figure because it wasn't what I expected it to be. And I sold it at a loss because nobody's going crazy for it. But I like when I'm shipping stuff out, I kind of get worried about that exact thing, in all honesty. Or even when I'm receiving stuff, like, yeah, the statues I don't like to stack on top of each other, like fucking UPS guy, he just launches it on his shoulder and he fucking puts it down in the lobby or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, that's fragile. Like it's polystone, but it's still fragile. Like, I don't know. But packing stuff just kind of sucks.
Yeah. It's crazy because I thought I was doing a decent job at packaging them, but I guess I didn't put into account some of the stuff I put in that box. So that's something else I got to think about. I was also thinking about 3D printing a piece to ship with this just to protect the legs.
I was thinking you could do that, or you can just get like cardboard and just kind of put it in there. I don't know.
I think I don't have anything else. Oh, I will say the WWE Wrecking Lowrider was slightly disappointing because the doors don't open. They don't need to. I get it. because they spent the money on the whole hydraulic system, that gimmick working. The seats in it look very cool. Even though it's basic detail, the basic detail, in my opinion, is enough. The only thing is I would have liked to see the open doors.
I couldn't remember what vehicle it was that didn't have the opening doors. It was the Scooby-Doo van that came out a few years ago. And there were people modifying that. Everybody, like basically everybody under the sun made it into a Punisher van. But there were people that were modding that so that the doors opened. I'm
actually thinking about doing the 112 Chop Shop van and their version of the Engine of Vengeance. Because I think they're only charging $150, whereas Ramen Toys is charging like $250.
Ramen's is steep.
Yeah.
Ramen's is steep. It looks great, don't get me wrong, but it's just a bit steep with everything else that I have pre-ordered. And yeah.
But the only thing with the Odd Frog thing is I think it's one of those situations where they're only going to production if they meet the goal, but there's no time limit. So you could be perpetually waiting for this thing to go to production.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. But I think they had some promotional help from a YouTuber, and so they might be something to watch out for. They ended up sending him a prototype so he could talk about it live. He even mentioned, he was like, "Hey, I'm doing this to try to help them get this funded because this is
right." Yeah. I mean, if it's going to be a cool vehicle, then yeah, 100% go for it. Let's get it produced. But
they even admitted that they're not making much profit off of this run just because they want to get it out there, like build that name. Yeah, which says a lot. So that's cool.
It says a lot, especially if they're going to continue to produce stuff afterwards. Like if they're going to take this at only a little bit of revenue and get people that much more excited about their name and the products they release, I think that in some cases it's worth it, especially if it's something that's that much of a draw. Like everybody loves the idea of making their Punisher van. And yeah, doing that, if it gets the right kind of attention and it actually is a quality everybody wants it to be, that could really just be.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the other cool thing that they approached this vehicle with its 100% modularity. So they're going to sell different packs depending on what kind of thing you want to see. From what I understand, they're doing like a Dukes of Hazzard. They're doing like a Engine of Vengeance. They're doing like a hot rod version of it, kind of like a Fast and Furious type deal. So pretty cool idea.
Yeah. And then you get multiple uses out of one thing you design too. So yeah.
A lot of resale on the packs that they're going to put out, or reuse out of the packs that they're going to put out.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's all I got. Still working on the phone booth. And then before it goes to sale, I'm going to send it to our ambassador, 𝗖ście_1975, Chad, for his 2 cents on it. And then once he gives it the green light, that's when I'll put it up online.
Nice.
Because I did get asked already when it's going on sale. And I need to be personally happy with it before I send it out to anybody else. And if something bugs me, I can't let it out. So like, I know I've been asking like questions about like, hey, should I lower the arcade an eighth down to match the original? I actually went ahead and already did it because I'm like, you know what? If it's bothering me this much, then I should just fucking do it. Yeah. I should have no questions whenever I present stuff to my friends and influencers.
Well, that's that. Everybody get ready for Alien Romulus, because hopefully it'll be good. Space Marine 2 comes out in about a month, and that looks like it could be a really good game that Pete will never have time to play. Finished The Last of Us Part 1, Pete?
I want to. I should have did it today, but I went ahead and painted our garage.
Garages don't need to be painted.
Mine's a gym, so yeah, it does.
Garages were made to park cars. Video games were made to be played.
So mine's like a man room now. Like it has an AC in the garage, and then it has the gym equipment on one side, and then it has the arcade and like my other stuff on the other side.
Yeah. All right then.
But if you want to hear more of our thoughts, tune in Sundays live at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Head to shadowmoses112.com to add our accessories to your collection, or slide into Instagram to see our current projects that we're working on. That's all I got.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
Are you gonna do the outro?
What's the outro? Well, shit. This shit. Have a good week. Shit.